Everyone, welcome to September the 1st is our first day of 100 Days of Consciousness. Now, I think this has been like a long time in coming. I guess it was about 2 years ago, Gab, or maybe a year and a half ago, and I said I want to do this, meditation and sort of like a time thing of having 100 days of consciousness to bring more awareness to my life. And I asked Gab to join me. And then she said that we should do this, on ageless knowledge, which I think was a brilliant idea because, of course, the more people that add to the collective, the better the outcome is for everyone because we all interlink with our energy because everything is energy and everything is a vibration. And a thought is a vibration. Everything starts as a vibration and then it forms from there until it actually manifests in the world. So I thought it was a great idea. And so here we are doing 100 Days of Consciousness. And I think it's going to incorporate many things that we did prior, as well as anything that you would like to see or be brought to the table. So, I wanted to start with what is consciousness. So I looked it up. I Googled it and I looked up the actual definition of consciousness. And the actual definition is having an awareness of one's environment, existence, sensations, and thoughts, to be aware and awake. So when we talk about 100 Days of Consciousness, we talk about bringing more of that into our lives. And of course, being in the present moment is absolutely huge for all of us. We spend so much time in the thought process of either being in the past or in the future that we are not fully aware and conscious in the present. So hopefully that this 100 Days of Consciousness will bring more present awareness to your life. And by doing that, when we bring more present awareness to our life, I really feel that we have more ability to manifest what we want in our life, therefore giving us the life we want and the change we want. So for me, 100 Days of Consciousness is not about anything more than bringing more consciousness into my present moment and making a change in my own life and hopefully having that ripple out to the world because we're all a vibration and it's a collective song, if you will, and we all get to be a note. So whatever note we want to be, we can be it. We just need to vibrate at the one we want to be the most.
I love that analogy, the note analogy. That's really good.
Yeah, to me, it's like, we're creating a symphony together. So what note are we going to play? Are we going to play a positive note or are we going to just be completely looking at our instrument box instead of playing? Or, what are we doing? So to me, that's how I'm looking at it. And everything is a vibration and trying to be more present and more conscious of our thoughts. Because I think so much of our lives are so busy that we almost operate unconsciously, okay, I got to do this, I got to do the dishes, I got to make the supper, I've got to get my work done, and we operate unconsciously. And so when we bring that conscious awareness to it, we can become the best us that we can be, and we stay grounded in the present. And I really do feel that that's key to manifesting anything in our life. We can't be in the past, we can't be in the future, we have to be in the now.
I think that's excellent. To start with, when we started doing the original one, we did 90 Days of Consciousness. I had been real sick, and I was doing an experiment with Eastern Paranormal, and I was freezing water and playing music to it and praying over it and then drinking it. And Anastasia thought that was really cool, so she started doing it too. And that's kind of how we developed this ideal. And it's about being very conscious of what you take into your body, your foods. We'll discuss at some point genetically modified foods. It's being very conscious of what you say because we are frequency, we are vibration, and as proven by the water crystal experiments, what you listen to, what you say, changes your structure and who you are. You attract what you send out. So this is about us getting back on track, getting our bodies on track, and getting our minds and our souls on track. That's what it is about me. And so I had lost a good bit of weight, but I still need to lose more. And I told her, I said, let's do that again because that's the best I've ever felt. And she's like, yeah, let's do that again. She's just been in boot camp, so she's looking all hot. And I was like, and let's do it live. And she's like, oh my God.
Well, I can talk to anybody and I can even get in front of a group of people and I'm not shy that way. But there's something about talking to a video camera that is just really strange. So And I also want to say, like, anything you want to add on chat or questions, because I really feel that we can all add to the collective of this. And the more people, the greater the collective, I guess I want to say the louder that our symphony will sing.
And I want to apologize to anybody. This is our first episode, and we're having some bugs. I didn't advertise it or send it out to anybody email-wise or anything, because I wanted us to work out the bugs. So if you're watching this being replayed, this is our first episode, and we're working out a lot of bugs in this. And so, chat, I didn't advertise that we were doing chat or anything like this, but this is the first episode. Now, I am also recording a series of exercises for you guys. I don't know how many I recorded today. I recorded 4 or 5. I've recorded 3 or 4 before that. There's one series on the law of attraction of psychic exercises I am recording, and I will post one of those a week, and then or maybe twice a week. And I'm also recording other things. I did one on animal communication, on how to communicate with animals, even though I think Anastasia would be better than that. Than I am, because she's an animal communicator, but I focused on dogs and cats. And it was just a very, very brief one. Of course, my dog Pandy, who is really, really smart, is very camera shy and kept running from me. So I also did one on how to see spirits, ghosts, interdimensional beings, elementals. I did one on attracting the right people into your life, attracting things into your life. Just a whole lot of different exercises. I will be posting those as well. Because I think it starts with our thoughts. Before you speak a word, it's a thought. So we have to start with changing our thoughts. Don't you agree, Anastasia?
I think absolutely, and I think it comes from our thoughts, because we can actually speak out positive words. But if the energy behind it is not positive, then that's actually the true vibration. I think the universe reads our intention behind the word. So if we're saying something nice, but the intention behind it is not, I think the universe is picking up the intention, and that's the vibration we're sending out. So it's almost like a conflicting message. So I think we have to actually, I want to say, feel it from within and live from the inside out, not the outside in. I think that's one of the biggest, I think, things people learn in this lifetime, is that we have to live from the inside out. And I think our world is so busy with outside in, what we put on the outside, and we're so consumed with that we forget that we're the spark of God, that we're living from the inside out.
I would agree. When I run EasternParanormal.com, and very often with the ghost box stuff I get, I also get them telling me to look within. And I think that's what we all have to do. We have to look within. Now, I will be posting, I think today I'm going to post later on, an exercise that I'm about to give you guys on YouTube. We have agelessknowledge.com. We have agelessknowledge.tv. I will also, under the 100 Days of Consciousness tab, under the Days of Consciousness tab, be posting these exercises, and I will post them also on YouTube. And what we're going to do is we're going to try a simple exercise to kind of show you what she's talking about, how you can attract things into your life, and it starts from inside you. It starts from in your head. It really does. It starts from in your thoughts. And what I would like everybody to do is start really simple, is I would like for you to say out loud, we're going to choose to see a certain color of vehicle, a certain color of car while you're driving. Let's say I'm going to see a lot of, say, tan, beige. You can say black or white. I didn't choose those colors because they're so common here where I live. But I would say I'm going to choose to see and attract as many beige cars to me as possible. Say it out loud, and then say it in your mind's eye. And I want you to say that on a daily basis. And for the next 3 days, I would like you to notice how many beige or tan or whatever color you chose of cars you attracted to you. Now, this isn't going to change your life, not that. But what this is going to do is give you a little bit of faith. It's going to show you that you attract to you what you send out, what you get back. What do you think, Anastasia?
Absolutely, whatever, and also too, like if you're picturing that, I think what it is that you are you become whatever you think about, and your world becomes whatever you think about. So if you're thinking about beige cars, you're going to see beige cars.
And then we'll go on to more exercises, like attracting positive people will be the next exercise. And then after that, a certain person into your life. But the reason I decided to start with cars is it's just to simply show you that your thoughts manifest your reality. That's just a really, really simple way to do it. And it can go so much deeper into your entire life as to the people that you attract to you and the thoughts you attract to yourself. It's like a lot of people are on a lot of medications for depression and anxiety, and they really get angry if you say that a lot of this you have manifested yourself. But you do, don't you agree?
Absolutely. I think whatever we have within us comes out in one way or another. And a lot of times I think when we're having a health issue, it's a warning signal that we're either off path or there's something we need to address or something's not right. And rather than just take a pill or try and get a quick fix, let's look at our life and feel what's not vibrating right with us, because that's exactly what it is. When something's not right on the outside, it's because something's not vibrating right on the inside.
It's kind of like your computer. Think about your brain being a computer hard drive. And when something is malfunctioning, other things happen. You get the dreaded blue screen, things pop up, things don't work, blah, blah, blah. So let's look at it from that perspective. And that is how your body is, because you're really an organic computer. That's what you are. Your brain is like an organic computer. So if you've got these different diseases and malfunctioning, you have to look at what the cause is. Is it your thoughts? Now, there are a lot of things going on in our environment, like genetically modified organisms and our foods and stuff. So, but you're taking that in and you're putting that in. So you have to look at yourself. I thought I was eating healthy until this lady let me know that I was not eating healthy. I was buying my produce at Walmart and I was eating salads and tomatoes. I did not know I was eating flounder and tomato mixed together. So you have to really be educated about what you put into your body, where it comes from. I am eating as organic as possible. People are always like, wow, you look great. You don't look like you'll be 50 next year. They're just in shock. But it starts from everything. It's from the water that I put into my body. I'm very conscious about that and where it comes from. I try to cut out pop as much as possible, hardly ever drink it. Just very conscious about what I put in my body. Produce has to be organic or it will not go in this body. Meat is almost gone. I'm eating a little bit of chicken here and there, but that's basically it, because it's a conscious choice. Well, you can say, oh, that's too hard. I can't do that. Well, how hard do you want what you want? What kind of life do you want? Do you want to feel sick? Do you want to have constant stomach troubles? I don't. I enjoy feeling good.
And I think too, like there's different, everyone's at a different vibration. Like I said, we've all got our musical note that we're going to play, and we have to see that it actually resonates with us. Like myself, I'm a vegetarian because I've never been a big meat eater, and years ago I just went, I just can't do this anymore. As far as the organic stuff, I really do feel we all need to be eating organically, because I think it's senseless to be putting chemicals in our body and asking our body to process out yet another chemical, never mind the environment, but let's deliberately put them in our body and ask our body to clean it. I don't think we should be putting that kind of demand on our body. And I think, a lot of people say eating organically is hard. It's not hard. It's actually really simple. But
That's
we have
what
to
I used to
simplify
say.
our food. So we're not going to, I guess I want to say, the choices that are the quick ones at the grocery store. We're going to be like doing more cooking and more preparing, and maybe possibly, if you can, grow your own fruits and vegetables and that kind of thing. I'm a big gardener and I love my garden, but when I can't get it out of my garden, I seek it out in the grocery store. And if they don't have organic tomatoes that day, well, then I guess I'm having just lettuce or, whatever. I just try to make sure that it's organic and as pure as possible.
I agree. And there's farmers markets, flea markets, where you can talk to the actual farmers who are selling the produce. And there's lots of options. And I used to think it was expensive to eat organic. And then I learned how to cook and how to grow my own. It does take work, and it really helps a lot if you have a spouse or kids that will help. I don't have kids that will help, but I do have a spouse that's really good about helping with it. And even if you're like, well, I live in an apartment, I live in a trailer, I can't. Yeah, you can. You can grow patio tomatoes. You can grow lettuce. Grows great in containers. There's lots of things that you can grow in containers. So it's really about making a conscious effort to change your life and change your environment. And start simple. You can't, when I tried to go vegetarian and just do it all at once, I failed miserably. Try just cutting out maybe red meat. And, or, try just cutting out, if you wanted to, pork. Just think about those sort of things. Um, and I kind of took a cue from her. I keep telling myself everything has a soul. Everything that breathes has a soul. So that just really, really bothers me. I don't eat anything I've kept as a pet, like fish. So I basically, like I said, I'm just down to chicken, and I only eat it a couple times a month now. And I hope to be totally 100% vegetarian by 2014. But when I tried to go cold turkey, it was just a miserable failure. Miserable failure. So part of the series is about making changes in our life gradually, one step at a time, so that we can be, the person that we want to be and have the life that we want to have.
Mm-hmm. And another thing I want to say too is, like, when we started last time, we were doing our morning meditation based on like the picturing ourselves as perfectly healthy, because I think health for both of us is like really huge, like having our health and creating our health. So we had started our morning meditation with like almost like picturing ourselves healing and being healthy and being at like optimal, I guess I want to say health, and letting that kind of resonate out from there. And I'm going to be doing that again. I did that this morning when I woke up. That was the first thing I pictured, was like each cell in my body just functioning at optimal sort of performance. And I'm going to continue that. So that's how my meditation is going to start. And I'm just going to start on that level. I'm not really going to take it beyond that for about a week or so. I'm going to be like, okay, today I'm just going to focus on my cells perfectly healthy and perfectly in sync with one another. And that will allow for so much healing to occur in our body.
And you know what I did this morning, how I started, and everybody should do a brief morning meditation, is I gave thanks for 5 things that I was happy with in my life. And then I gave thanks for 3 things I was happy about myself, things that I'm happy with. Because if you don't love yourself, nobody else is going to love you. And it took me a long time to figure that out, but that is the truth. If you're miserable in your own skin, people are going to be miserable with you. So you have to start within. Anybody can find 3 things they like about themselves, whether it's their eyes, their hair color, the way their toes look. Anybody should be able to find 3 things they like about themselves and give thanks for that. And then tonight, I will close with another thought on gratitude, things that I was thankful for, like Anastasia and I didn't have too many technical difficulties today. We've had a few, like chat and whatnot, but those sort of things. I'll be thankful for things with my family and whatnot, and then I'll think of 3 more things that I really like about myself. And because to change things on a cellular structure from the beginning, you have to start with your thoughts and finding peace from within. And I tell myself often when I meditate that I'm happy, at peace, and loved. I mean, if you have happiness, you have peace, and you're loved, and I'm healthy. I say I'm healthy, happy, at peace, and in love. I mean, you have it all, do you not?
Mm-hmm. Not only that, too, I think gratitude runs the universe. I really do. I believe that inherently.
I do, because when you're grateful for what you have, for whatever reason, it just attracts more to you. But when you're miserable with what you have, it seems to me that you just attract more misery to you. That is what I have found to be true in my life. That is what I've been found to be true in my family's life. We can all think about people we know that is always sick, always has some kind of something going on, and we think about how miserable these people's lives are. Then we think about people that are prospering well. We think about people that are always happy no matter what the situation and have the best attitude. And that's the kind of person that I want to be. I want to be a person who has the best attitude as much as possible. We all have dark days. You may say every day's not a winner. That may be true, but that doesn't mean that tomorrow's not going to be a winner.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And I always think too, like the expression of gratitude is huge. And this is a really simple analogy, but it's like my most favorite one that I've ever kind of thought of. And it's really simple. Like if you're, let's say you're the universe, okay? Gab, you're the universe, and everybody's coming to dinner. And somebody says, oh, well, those were really good mashed potatoes. Can I have some more? You'd be like, okay, I'll give you more of that. And then if somebody says, oh my God, thank you so much. Those were the best mashed potatoes I've ever had. You're going to give more to the person that's really grateful. And that's how I think the universe operates. That's a really simplistic explanation.
Yeah.
But I really feel that's how the universe operates, that the more gratitude we express for what we have, the more we receive it.
Absolutely. Your mashed potato ones had to make me laugh thinking about Fred's mashed potatoes. We won't even go there, but anyhow.
But that's how I think the universe operates.
Exactly.
And many times, like some of the most simplest of pleasures we take for granted. And if we stop doing that, and that's what consciousness is about, is bringing us into that present moment and go, oh my God, these are the best mashed potatoes I have ever had in my whole life.
And I would even take that a step further in that I believe the universe is alive. I believe that the earth is alive. I believe that spirit runs in abundance, and that all that comes from is manifests from the universe. I believe that space is alive. If you were to see the way that you looked, and I go in this over the series I'm going in to, but you look like lots and lots of little specks, like lots of little atoms pieced together, and you can't tell the difference from you and the wall except for your movement.
Yeah.
And it's your movement that distinguishes you from the chair, the table, the wall. And that's your life, that is your source, that is your force field. But I believe that all things have some form of source in them. That's what I believe. And I do believe it comes from one. You can call it God, you can call it source, you can call it if you're Buddhist, whatever, you can call it whatever. Paganism has different gods and goddesses, but what I can tell you that I have found is that there seems to be a creator of one, a creator of all. And that's what I believe that the universe is. I believe the universe is life, and I believe the universe is source itself.
Mm-hmm.
So I think you're right. I think that when we're grateful for something, then they're like, okay, she's getting it. She is getting it, so I'm going to give her that. And just to use somebody who's an extreme example of that would be Oprah Winfrey. When you think about Oprah, she's a woman. B, she's a black woman who came from, was it Mississippi or the South? It's somewhere here in the South. At a time when racism was just terrible. And look at what her attitude has achieved, because she lives her life in an attitude of gratitude, and she's done great things. And then she gives a lot of thanks and does a lot of great things for other people. And, don't look at her as somebody that is to be jealous or whatever, some people do. Look at her as somebody that should be an example of how you should live your life. Mm-hmm. With that kind of attitude. She could have took the woe is me attitude and not accomplished a whole lot, but she didn't. She was constantly in a state of thanks and gratitude no matter how bad her situation was. And so abundance kept coming and coming and coming to her, and still does. She's still alive. So I think she's just an outstanding example of how an attitude of gratitude can work.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And go back to the thought of, like, when you mentioned like someone to be jealous of or whatever. Jealousy is kind of like a useless emotion. It's much like guilt or anything else. We're either in a state of love or fear, and those emotions come from fear. So we have to go back and check in with ourselves and realize that we each come, like, we're like a seed, okay, like much like the seed you plant in your garden or anything else, and we each come with everything that we need to know to grow and to be our best selves. It's only our thought process that gets in the way. So I think that's the other thing too that we can do when we go back to that sort of like picturing us as a cellular level, realizing that we came here with like amazing potential to grow into the best us that we can be. And if we're living outside of ourselves, we're certainly not watering our own trees and our own roots and what we need to do. So we have to kind of pull it back in and be in that state of love and taking care of who we are, because we have, again, a note to play in this beautiful symphony.
That's great. All right, so I'm going to close up my end of it because we've been going for a little over half an hour on the exercise I want everybody to do, and that is on the law of attraction. I want people to be thinking, to say out loud, I want you to think, I want to attract beige cars to me for the next 3 days. You could choose another color, but just pick a color. So I want to attract this color of car to me. I'm choosing beige for the next 3 days. I want you to say it out loud. I want you to see it in your mind's eye. I want you to say this at least once a day, if not twice. And let's start counting how many of those cars that we see, or vehicles, they could be buses or whatever, how many of these vehicles that you attract to you. This isn't going to change your life, but it is going to change your life. Not seeing the cars aren't, but in showing you that you can manifest your thoughts, that you can attract to you what you ask for. And I will post a video, an exercise video on how to do that. Anastasia and I will both be broadcasting on different days, once by herself. What day are you going to broadcast, Anastasia?
I haven't figured it out yet. Well, I was trying to figure, like, if we do it together on Sundays, then I may choose like a Wednesday or a Thursday and kind of like split it that way for myself.
Okay, I'll have to get, like I said, this is our first one, so I'm going to have to get with her and we're going to make a schedule. Do you have any final thoughts?
I think the thing that, like, first of all, I want to hear from anyone and everyone who has a question or something to add or a thought process, because I think that's just, again, we all have something to give and we all have something to receive.
Tell them how to contact you. I didn't think to do that, but I will in a minute. But you tell them how to contact you.
Oh, it's chakrareader@gmail.com. I think you can, or you can reach either one of us through Ageless Knowledge, can't they?
Yep. How about spelling out chakra reader? I know how to spell it, but if you're not a chakra person, you probably have no idea.
I think it'll self-autocorrect. CHAKARA, chakrareader@gmail.com.
Yeah.
The other thing I guess I want to say is, like, if everybody could take like even just like 10 minutes in the morning and 10 minutes in the evening to be in that space of gratitude and be thankful for being here and being present and going into that cellular level and picturing themselves as healthy. Because of course, whatever we're going to make or whatever we're going to manifest, we want to manifest it with absolute pure goodness and health. So if we go right down to that cellular level and picture that, then we can start making that change from a healthy point of view.
Okay, the email I'm going to give them to contact me at, I will probably give them another email in the next episode to contact us both at. But the one I'm going to choose today is a simple one. It's the word info, INFO, at agelessknowledge.com. That's AGELESSKNOWLEDGE.com. So it's info at agelessknowledge.com. And again, remember to do your exercise. And I will be working out a schedule for broadcasting with her. I will also be posting some exercise videos on agelessknowledge.com under the tab of Days of Consciousness. This is really just a vlogging video series for us personally on changing our lives and our thoughts. This week I will be in a lot of prayer and meditation. I promise myself to exercise at least 4 days a week for at least 30 minutes. And to eat organically. That is what I'm doing this week. How about you, Anastasia?
I'm going to exercise every day because, like, that's something I really want to work on is, my body and my health from the inside out. So organic food is with a question, and I really actually later on want to kind of get into like GMOs and just different things and why I eat organic and why it's important to me. And I guess the other thing I want to do is spend more focus on my prayer meditation. Like, I want to pray because I'm going to, I love that connection I have with spirit, but I want to meditate because I really feel it's where we listen.
Yep.
And where we receive those messages of what we're to do next.
So today was really an introduction day, so you guys can see us, and get to know us, and to get our bugs worked out. So I hope everyone has a wonderful week. How about you?
Yeah, happy Labor Day, everyone. I hope everyone gets some time outside.
Do you have Labor? She's in Nova Scotia, for anybody who doesn't know her. Do you have Labor Day in Nova Scotia or no?
Yeah, we have it in Canada. Yes, we do.
All right, everybody. we are signing off here as soon as I can figure out how to do this.